Makati mose muri Zimbabwe kusana zvigare pano pachivhitivhiti. Tangoti tungoya nekashoti update tikuonesei nyaya iripo muri Zimbabwe. Zviri kunzi panogona kuita coup March watatarisana naye but before April. But nyaya iripo zviri kunzi mauto akaongorora akaona zvinhu zvakasiyana siyana zviri kuitwa neZANU-PF zvavasiri kuwirirana nazvo, zvinova zviri zvinhu zvavakamboisa masignals kuti aiwa izvi zvamakuita izvi hatisi kufara nazvo. Zvakasiyana siyana kufa kwemagenerals, ndofunga army iri kunzi yakabvira kare ichicomplaina nenyaya dzekufa kwemagenerals, yakanga ichicomplaina zvekare nenyaya yeconstitutional amendment irikuda kuitwa iyi. Saka muri Zimbabwe army zviri kunzi yaane nguva ichipa masignal kuna ED but ED haasi kuchoka masignals iwayo. Zvakadaro muri Zimbabwe zviri kunzi pane operation yatarisirwa kunzi inge ichiitika inonzi pasati paitwa coup zviri kunzi pane inonzi operation Wakachiwana, kuanzi operation Wakachiwana kupi. So operation Wakachiwana kupi iri based nekubata vanhu vari corrupt vakanyanya munyika yeZimbabwe. Saka vanhu vatinotarisira kuti vanga vachibatwa ndiana Wikinyo nevamwe vakadaro. Saka inzwai zviri kubva mumakomrades edu.
Ndoda kuti munyamutaure taurai nesho.
Ndoda kuti
kana even the way if you can.
Yeah, vana veZimbabwe vakataura nezvema-term limits kuti kuchaita ma-term limits vachibva vapa ma-officers of the land vanofana kulimitiwa. Reason yataiitira ipapo changa chiri mupfungwa dzavo chakanyanya kuti vakanga vagara vaina president 1 from 1980 up to 2013. We had one president and they wanted to limit the terms of the president. Zvino kana pakunzi section 95 haisi subject to the limitations dzakaiswa muconstitution, iyo yacho iri subject to limitation yacho ndeipi manje, inozombowa ipi futi? Is it not clear that the intention of the legislature, which is an important thing when you are interpreting constitution, Angle G, you have to go to the intention of the legislator. What was the intention of the law writer at this point in time? And fortunately for Zimbabwe, the law writers are still alive, and we are able to tell you what our intention was.
Yes.
And we are saying that our intention is very clear. It says no, notwithstanding any other provision. So muka amenda section 95 hapana zvamaita, inokavana notwithstanding iyeye. So it is going to be a very, very tall order.
Right. Pa phrase rekuti notwithstanding maimborevei
kuti hazvinei kuti mamwe ma-sections ati kudii. Hazvinei kuti mamwe ma-sections ati kudii. Kunyanya kana tichinyora tinoti ma-preceding section amaverenga aya. Disregard them on this issue. Those notwithstanding. Zvichireva kuti vamoyo vakati nhasi wabvisa 5 wakaisa 7. Section 95 iri mumashure mesection 328. So kana takusvika kusection 328 zvairi kureva iri kuti kanganwai zvamaverenga kumashure. Kana tasvika pekuti munhu anofanira munhu ari president anobenefita here, haabenefiti. Asi kana muchida kuti abenefite munoamenda clause inoi, and munoiamenda as if muri kuamenda the Bill of Rights, which means you go to referendum. I want to be understood here. It is not our case that it is impossible for President Mnangagwa to actually benefit. He can still benefit, provided that he passes the first referendum, which is the referendum which says should the term be extended or not. Then number 2, because Kune section 327, he has to pass the second referendum, which is a referendum person specific.
Right.
So yes, he will be able to benefit provided that the procedures are done correctly. What we see is that there is a propensity on the part of most of these pro 2030 group of wanting to avoid the population, wanting to avoid the mass, and wanting it to be sort of as a result of a deal. Varikuda kuita madhiri muparliament. Iwe ndozokupa chakati, iwe ndozokupa chakati, iwe ndozokupa chakati. And this is improper. This is so fundamental that it has to go to the people. And guess what? For all we know, if ZANU-PF's votes that it says it has been amassing are genuinely correct, they probably will win again in the referendum. So why avoid the referendum?
Right.
Why avoid the people in such a fundamental amendment? It's very, very fundamental. We are changing what the people voted for in 2013. Is it not sensible that you just go back to the same people and say and convince them to change their mind?
Exactly. Right. I want to augment that with this next question here. On the argument that whatever it is that wants to be done with the constitutional amendment number 3, it wants to improve on governance efficiency. That is the argument. So they are saying that this is just merely a technical adjustment that is needed to improve governance efficiency. So in your own view, do you believe that this efficiency narrative that they are pushing forward, does it hold up when measured against the democratic safeguards that you and your team managed to build into the 2013 constitution?
First of all, 5 years is fairly standard by world standards. In the United States, I think it is 4 years. And I think in one of the countries, I'm not so sure whether it's sorry, I may mislead other people there, but there is a country that holds elections almost after every 2 years, if not after a year.
Okay.
And maybe
Here we do that here we do that for local elections. Every May they do local elections.
Yes. So just imagine why did they do that is because with a long period of time, a lengthy term, you have problems of procrastination, you have problems of sloth, you have problems of people completely ignoring the electorate. What we politicians know, probably more than everybody else, is how forgetful the mass usually is. And politicians use the term fickle. The masses are fickle-minded. They forget easily. So with 7 years, I can afford, as an MP, to sit on my laurels for a complete 4 years, or if even 5, and then come back to work only in the last 2 years. What the mass will remember are the last 2 years. So why should we lengthen the period of time? As the Americans say, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. The problem is not the length of time. You have heard the people saying that President Mnangagwa and the government need to finish the projects. But these projects did not start on the same day.
Absolutely.
Some projects started in 2023, some in 2024, 2025,
even some in 2018.
Yes. So if that were an argument, then you would have to stagger the presidential election to deal with a specific project. And it doesn't make sense at all. After all, a government has perpetual succession. So let's say President Mnangagwa leaves and they have a project to build a dam. Whoever takes over from him build the dam.
Absolutely.
By the way, the present government did not plan Kokwemkosi dam. They did not plan Mchabez. They did not even plan the Kunzi dam and so on. These were plans that were made even before independence. And the independence government came and took over. This is what we must encourage in this country. What if look, people say it is President Mnangagwa who must see his project through? What if he dies mid-term?
Or even tomorrow.
To his project? Do they die also? Or what if he is incapacitated? So the argument completely does not make sense. If you want to see how inefficient is, put the exam time further down, and they will go to have for us who are Goromonzi, we will go to Majuru 1 and Majuru 2 every day to drink beer there because there is no direct threat, immediate threat that is coming. So this efficiency argument is wrong. After all, what can a person do in 7 years that they have failed to do in 5 years? And at any rate, how many projects are more than 5 years in length anyway? Very few projects.
You're right. Thank you very much.